Your cat walks up to the edge of the sink and just sits there, staring at the faucet. Not meowing, not doing anything dramatic, just sitting, waiting. And you walk past, glance over, maybe say, "You're so weird," and keep going with your day. Sound familiar? Or maybe it's the water glass on your nightstand. Every single night, your cat nudges it, taps it with one paw, sometimes knocks it just far enough to the edge that you have to lunge across the bed to save it. You've moved the glass, you've told the cat no, you've laughed about it with your friends because honestly, what is that about? It's just a quirky cat thing. It doesn't mean anything. Except, what if it does? Here's the thing that most cat owners never connect. That strange little habit isn't random. It's not stubbornness. It's not your cat being dramatic for attention. And it's definitely not some mysterious cat weirdness that exists outside of logic. That behavior, the sink staring, the glass tapping, the hovering near the dog's water bowl even though your cat has its own, is a pattern. And patterns in animals almost always mean something. But here's why it's so easy to miss. Cats don't ask for things the way dogs do. A dog who wants water will nudge its bowl loudly across the floor, stare at you with those enormous, guilt-inducing eyes, maybe even bark. The signal is obvious. It's designed to get your attention immediately. Cats evolve differently. They're both predator and prey, and showing need too openly, too loudly, that was a vulnerability. So over thousands of years, cats develop something more subtle. They don't demand, they linger, they suggest. They repeat the same quiet behavior near the thing they want and wait to see if you'll understand. The problem is, most of us don't speak that language, so we see our cat sitting by the sink for the third time this week and we think, attention-seeking. We see the water glass getting nudged at 2 a.m. and we think, chaos gremlin. We never stop to think, wait, why is it always near water? Why is it always this specific spot, this specific time, this specific object? Why does it keep happening even after I've redirected the cat, distracted the cat, ignored the cat? Because the cat isn't going to stop. It can't just give up and accept being thirsty, so it keeps coming back, keeps circling the sink, keeps finding your cup, keeps hovering near the bathroom every time you turn on the tap. And it waits, hoping that eventually, somehow, you'll figure it out. There's a moment, and if you've ever experienced it, you know exactly what it feels like, where everything suddenly clicks. Maybe you're watching your cat do the thing again, and something shifts. You think back, how long has this been happening? Weeks? Longer? You realize you genuinely cannot remember the last time you saw your cat drink from its water bowl. You walk over to the bowl, and it's full, completely untouched, sitting in the same corner it always sits in. And something in your chest goes quiet and a little cold. Your cat wasn't being weird. Your cat was trying to tell you something. For days, maybe longer, it was sending you the same message in the only way it knew how. And you missed it. Not because you're a bad owner, not because you don't love your cat, but because no one ever told you what the signal looked like. That's the part that stays with you. Cats are not loud about their needs. They're not going to fall apart dramatically in front of you. They'll just keep quietly circling the thing they're trying to get across, hoping the person they trust most in the world will eventually understand. And when you realize that your cat has been doing exactly that all those quirky moments were actually a conversation you didn't know you were having, it changes the way you see everything. The sink, the glass, the hovering. It wasn't random at all. And once you know what you're actually looking at, you're never going to miss the sign again. Which brings us to the part that actually matters, why cats communicate this way, and what you can do about it starting today. So let's get into the why, because once you understand what's driving this behavior, the fix becomes obvious. Cats are descended from desert animals. Their wild ancestors got most of their hydration from prey, not from standing pools of water, and standing water in the wild carried risk. It could be stagnant, contaminated, a place where other animals gathered. So cats evolved a deep, hardwired preference for water that moves, water that's fresh, water that feels alive. Running water from a tap, the slight ripple in your glass when the air conditioning kicks on. The dog's bowl that gets refilled more often than theirs. These aren't random preferences. They're ancient instincts that never went away, living inside your very modern, very indoor cat. And cats are extraordinarily sensitive. Their whiskers can detect micro changes in airflow. Their noses can pick up traces of chlorine, soap residue, or plastic off-gassing that you'd never smell in a million years. So when your cat walks up to its water bowl, takes one sniff, and walks away, it's not being dramatic. It genuinely detected something it doesn't trust. Something you can't perceive at all. Now layer on top of that the environment you've created without realizing it. Most owners place the water bowl right next to the food bowl because it makes sense to us. It's efficient, it's tidy, it's a little feeding station in one corner. But cats instinctively avoid drinking near where they eat, because in the wild, prey contaminated nearby water sources. Placing the bowl too close to food triggers that unease. And the litter box? If the water is anywhere near it, even in the same general area of the room, most cats will refuse on principle. The scent association alone is enough. Then there's the bowl itself. Plastic bowls hold on to bacteria in micro-scratches you can't see, and they leach subtle odors over time. Narrow, deep bowls force your cat's sensitive whiskers to press against the sides, which creates actual physical discomfort. Your cat isn't being picky, it's telling you the setup is wrong. And here's what makes all of this quietly heartbreaking. Your cat has been working around a broken system this entire time, circling the sink, eyeing your glass, hovering near the bathroom. Every single one of those moments was your cat problem-solving, finding water it could actually trust, in the only way it knew how. Now, a moment worth pausing on, because not all water-seeking behavior is just preference. If you've noticed your cat suddenly drinking much more than usual, drinking with real urgency, or asking for water far more frequently than before, that shift matters. Increased thirst combined with changes in urination, weight loss, or lethargy can be early signs of kidney disease, diabetes, or hyperthyroidism in cats, all conditions that are manageable when caught early. If the behavior feels new and intense rather than habitual and subtle, a vet visit is worth it. Trust your gut. You know your cat's baseline better than anyone. But if this is a long-running, quiet pattern, the sink staring, the glass nudging, the bowl that never seems to go down, the answer is almost certainly environmental. And the good news is you can start fixing it today. Move the water bowl away from the food, ideally to a completely different room. Switch to a wide, shallow ceramic or stainless steel bowl and wash it daily. Place a second bowl somewhere unexpected, a bathroom counter, a bedroom corner, somewhere the cat already gravitates toward. And if you want to see an almost immediate response, get a pet water fountain. The sound of moving water alone will trigger that instinct. Many cats who've barely touched a bowl for months will drink freely from a fountain within hours of it being introduced. These are small changes. They cost almost nothing. But to your cat, they can mean the difference between reluctant, infrequent sipping and actually staying hydrated, which affects everything from kidney health to coat quality to mood. Your cat has been communicating with you this whole time through the quietest, most patient signals imaginable. The sink, the glass, the same corner of the bathroom every evening. Now you know what those moments mean, and knowing changes everything. So the next time your cat lingers somewhere near water and does that thing, that subtle, easy-to-dismiss thing, don't walk past it. Stop. Watch. Ask yourself what it's actually trying to say, because it's been waiting for you to listen. If this made you see your cat a little differently, subscribe. There's a lot more hiding in the small things your cat does every day.